It was the first time they went to the beach in months. She perfectly knew her daughter wouldn't be able to keep it together if she didn't get at least 1 hour of enjoying the South Carolina sun. But they were in for a real surprise. They got to the beach without any problems. They took a picture and posted it on the internet. Now, everyone across the country is raving about it. Shonda Jackson was a single mom. Still, this hadn't stopped her from doing her best to give her daughter Linda a good life. Shonda worked as a personal assistant at an interior design firm, and she had been quite well off for some years now. The two of them lived in a house in a nice neighborhood in South Carolina with a dog named Fufu. They liked to keep to themselves, and they didn't really like to attract unwanted attention. Still, they reached viral status for the wrong reasons. Shonda, Lily, and Fufu got along beautifully. Everything in the household worked in a perfect manner, like a well-greased machine. It was a haven of peace and harmony. Little did they know that something was about to burst their little bubble, and as a result, they would see themselves forced to live like recluses for months, missing the times when they were just anonymous, regular people. As everyone knows, a couple of years ago, travel and mobility were heavily restricted. Unfortunately for Shonda and her daughter, this meant that they couldn't do her favorite things: hiking, going to the movies, and especially going to the beach. The sudden regulations took a real toll on Shonda. She had grown up on the coast. Still, she knew that they were necessary and stayed home. Very soon, things would take a turn. After some time, things started to change. The general situation started to get better, and the government started uplifting, slowly but steadily, all the restrictions. Shonda and her daughter were ecstatic when the government first announced that people could go into the streets freely again. They couldn't wait to leave the house after staying there trapped for months. They didn't know what was waiting for them outside. For Shonda and her daughter, one of the first things in their bucket list was spending a few days at the beach. They spent the weeks leading up to the big day talking about what they would do when they got there. Who would they go see? Where would they eat? They planned everything. However, South Carolina's Myrtle Beach had something in the books for them that they didn't expect. Finally, the big day arrived for Shonda's family. The three of them braced themselves for a car ride to Myrtle Beach. They were really looking forward to it. They packed all their things and got everything ready, but as Shonda was carrying the bags to her car, she noticed something. The blue sky above their heads was slowly turning gray.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Shonda, Lily, and Fufu sat in the house, witnessing the rainy day from behind the windows. They'd hoped it would be nothing more than a little shower, but it got even worse. They had to cancel their trip to the beach. But even though it didn't stop raining for the whole day, Shonda and her daughter didn't take off their swimsuits. They watched some movies and made cookies wearing them, waiting for the weather to get better. It was close to 5 p.m. when it finally stopped raining. When the first signs of the sky clearing up appeared, Lily and Fufu rushed back into the car. Feeling just as excited as they were, Shonda jumped behind the wheel too and drove to Myrtle Beach. But as they were approaching the shore, they noticed it. Something wasn't completely right. All Myrtle Beach was completely dry. The rain had only fallen over Shonda's neighborhood, but not anywhere else. And of course, not the beach. Shonda couldn't stand the fact that she had just waited for hours at the house without checking whether it was raining on the beach or not. But as she was thinking and reflecting about this, she suddenly noticed something else. This adorable boy walked up to Lily and Fufu and introduced himself. He had a shark tooth around his neck, which he quickly showed to Lily. After a brief smile-fueled conversation, the boy and Lily parted ways. Shonda was surprised by the interaction because she'd never seen the boy before. But something else happened that made her mouth fall open. The boy suddenly showed up again. He came sprinting with a bright smile and seemingly in slow motion. He called out Lily's name, who turned to him with her lips curled. The two shared another brief conversation centered around the boy's cool necklace and how it gave him superpowers. Sensing they were about to storm off to play, Shonda knew she had to do something or lose this moment forever. With permission from the boy's mom, Shonda asked the boy and Lily if she could snap a photo of them. Without any hesitation, the two positioned themselves near each other and cracked smiles fit to light up the evening. Shonda's heart swelled at that moment, and as the two went to play along the beach with Fufu, she stared at the photo with parted lips. But it would only get better. As darkness began swallowing the evening, Lily and the boy shared almost 20 goodbyes and hugged for a long time. Shonda and the boy's mom were left speechless, each knowing that the two had never met. Despite this glaring fact, they seemed like they'd known each other for years. As Shonda drove back home that night, she couldn't help but think about the photo she'd taken. One of the best parts of the photo was that Lily and the boy had embraced each other, despite being from different cultural backgrounds. Their connection had been instant, superseding race and skin color. Shonda shared the story on her Facebook, setting the entire country ablaze with praise for Lily and the boy. In Shonda's words, "This is a moment that we humans can understand as simply seeing no color lines, no judgment, no race, no hate, no shades."